If you like our videos, consider checking out our Patreon.
CGP, corporate guinea pigs.
Hey everybody, Gutter here, and I'm here with another Primal Soup Retrospective. This time I'm here with Season 3. Season 3, you can kind of start to see where we wanted to take it. You know, we started having a little bit more political stuff in it, and more of just us being us. You know, less of going outside and being dumbasses, and less of hurting ourselves or other people. And as this is going on, you kind of notice our dealings with Smiley are kind of like going down. Like, he's being in it less and less, and you can tell by the content we are making and what we wanted to make that he had less to do with it. So let's just start it off with a disclaimer in the intros. Halfway through last season, we just start putting a disclaimer on our show because of, you know, our views and our language, and, you know, don't try this at home, the views are ours, blah, 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 blah. But since we had to start doing a disclaimer, we started writing really, really long disclaimers and said all kinds of stuff. But basically, here, check this out.
Warning. The corporate guinea pigs are self-taught free-thinkers who don't give a flying about the normal or set standard way of doing things. We do things on our own terms and our own way. We make no excuses or apologies for any of it. Oh yes, by the way, don't try anything you see here at home, and viewer discretion is advised. Smiley is the only man who liked the movie Geely.
Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people peacefully to assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of grievances.
FBI got a file on me. Too many cages in the land of the free. Join us now as we make our plea. Set all drug offenders free. FBI got a file on you. Think they don't, but they goddamn do. All CNI is watching you. Everything you say and everything you do. FBI got a file on me. Another red man in a stolen country, and I don't give a about the USA. Give me back my tribal ways. FBI got a file on you. I don't think how they tried me too. They rule by fear, I'm not afraid. Give me back my tribal ways. FBI got a file on me. 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 FBI got a file on me, 'cause I speak of what I say. Crowds like get your mandate, the drug war fought upon the free. FBI got a file on you, and we'll launch on minute two. Don't forget, LTA, why is he not free today? FBI got a file on me, too many dangers in the land of the free. Join us now as we make our plea, set all drug offenders free.
So yeah, the disclaimer was like a big fuck you to WIUP and stuff at the time. But whatever, we had to put one, so we put it. And we had to put the stuff at the very end, you know, don't try this at home and blah, blah, fucking blah. But anyway, moving on. Around this time, we started getting really hammered with what we could say and what we could do, and we still just did whatever the fuck we wanted. And this was around the time, like I said, like last retrospective, we were talking about Janet Jackson pulling her titty out, and the FCC was really starting to hammer down on some shit. Well, they even started hammering down on us, personally. Check this out.
Oh, hey, wait.
Hey,
Hi!
what's up?
This is the new season of Primal Soup.
Yes, it is.
Das is Gutter. I'm Bird, of course. You remember us.
This is technically our fourth season, but we call it our third, so welcome to the third season of Primal Soup.
Yep.
We're coming back with some of the same old characters that everybody loves.
Not the same old segments, but the same characters.
Whole bunch of new characters, like Propaganda Man.
New
one
segments,
One of our
yes.
favorites so far.
Yes, yes.
What else for this season, Bird?
A whole kind of crazy.
New bands. We got a whole bunch of bands. Some great music.
Good Halloween show will be coming at some point. You're gonna see a lot of cool stuff this season. Definitely a lot of cool stuff. Crazy fat guys and the...
Hey, what the
hell are you, punk? What are you doing?
These are our airwaves.
What the hell is that?
Anyway, this is the 3rd season of Primal Soup, and what the?
You...
What I tell you?
Man, I'm starting to get a little annoying. This is like the 4th time this week. Anyway, this is the 3rd season of Primal Soup, and I don't know.
So during season 2, all of the guinea pigs, they were doing their presidential bids. Well, during season 3, all the other presidential candidates started coming to Primal Soup to get their message out as well. So anyway, let's just check out this one.
Well, my fellow Americans, with a big Texas yeehaw, this is your president, George W. Bush, and you are watching that soup show. That reminds me, I love clam chowder, and Laura makes the best. I want to take the time to tell you that I've enjoyed being your president these last 4 years, but the mission isn't done and much is yet to be accomplished. The other candidates, Jiffy, Bird, or Senator Kerry, are whacked, and they will only undermine my accomplishments and tax cuts that accommodate me and the wealthy. Did I say that? I mean, and Americans healthy for their economy. God bless America.
So moving on from that, we're moving on to Joe Vision. Joe Vision was a segment that ran all season long. In every episode of this season, there was at least one Joe Vision segment. Bird's parents went to Montana and they filmed some stuff for our show, shittily, I might say. But we used a lot of copyrighted music on that, so I basically took this, cut it down to a very short segment, because if not, it would have been like 20 minutes long. Fuck all that. So anyway, here is Joe Vision 2.0.
About a while back, my mom and dad decided to take a vacation and go to Montana. Now, I wanted to go to Montana, and I still do. So if anybody wants to give me some money so I can go to Montana, I'll go. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is that you're going to see this footage from Montana, but it's going to be in
Joe Vision. What are you, stupid idiot or what?
And what is that?
Joe Vision is this. So if you have like epilepsy or anything like that, or you have like fits, don't watch this.
Because it does. Joe Vision looks like this. But it's some really cool footage anyway, so we're going to run it. Just, we have to run it in Joe Vision. So, right now we have started Joe Vision. See you in Montana.
Yeah.
So during the making of this season, Bird ended up going to county jail. I'm not going to get into why or any of that kind of shit, but it did fucking happen. So we had to throw this into one of the episodes was whenever he was on vacation.
You have a collect call from
Bird
at the Butler County Prison. To accept this call, press 1. To refuse this call, hang up. To hear a rate quote, press 2. To permanently block calls from this facility, press 4.
So even back then, our personal lives were still kind of put out there. We always kind of talked about what was going on in our lives at the time. But anyway, moving on from that, we're moving on to a re-edit of the Primal Soup toilet, like that one from last time when Casey sat in the toilet in public and all that fucking shit. Well, I recut it with a little behind the scenes stuff and all that stuff, so Primal Soup toilet recut.
There's a spider in there.
Is the toilet
Yeah, bite his ass off.
He could crawl my
that Casey's gonna sit on. It is all grody and stuff.
Feed me.
So I guess let's get it going.
So moving on from that, we're moving on to a segment that reappeared throughout all the seasons of Primal Soup. It's when we started getting political, it was Propaganda Man. We stuck Boo in a mask of some sort, set him out in public with signs we wrote, and just had him fucking showing it off to the fucking public and see what the reaction was. Well, here's the first one, and what I can't wait to see is we actually had permission to use Suburban Noise Records music, but let's see what YouTube does with this.
Warning. You are about to see a social commentary by the corporate guinea pigs. Just remember, we have the right to voice our opinion openly and freely, just like you. We, the corporate guinea pigs, are true patriots exercising our Constitution-given rights. So, in short, kiss my ass.
When I was an itty-bitty girl, my grandfather said to me, "Girl, you're in the finest nation. I fought to keep it free. You will cry and you will laugh, and you, my dear, will see. America has made the world a better place to be."
A lie can never become the truth. 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 1, 2, 3. It's time you know your enemy. I pledge allegiance to hypocrisy. Your democracy is not for me. When we try to change this place,
It's America. We have the right to complain.
You want me to flip it?
Yeah.
See, this is America. Blatant commercialism.
So moving on from that, we're now moving on to a moment of stupidity. If you remember last couple times, you know, we had Buzz running into thorns, we had Gabe trying to drive through the woods and getting stuck. Well, now we're moving on to moment of stupidity 3. Some random dumbass that we don't even know tried driving his Hummer down next to a river to take some pictures, and he just ended up getting stuck. I'm going to have to change the music on this one, so here, check this out.
What are they trying to do?
Who?
The Humvee.
Don't know.
Somebody took their $50,000 Humvee down to the river. Now they're not able to get it up. I don't know about you, Chuck, but I think this is definitely a moment of stupidity.
So now it's time for another political candidate of 2004 to put out his views.
This is Senator John Kerry, and you're watching Primal Soup. It is important for the American public to get out and vote. Don't vote for Bird or Jiffy. I am clearly the candidate who has all the answers and can lead this country in this time of turmoil. Besides, foreign leaders whose names I can't produce, they want me as president. So what if I've missed 60 out of 80 voting times over issues that my vote may have been important on issues back in Massachusetts?
So moving on from Creepy Baby, Casey, and John Kerry, we're moving on to a music video put together for this band called Cage. We met them and hung out with them at this big fucking rock festival and stuff. So like before, you know, I took their song and video and just vomited this out. Check this out.
This is Brian from Cage, and you're watching Primal Soup.
Said, you know what's great about this is like everybody's just driving by, nobody even cares. It's just like whatever, dude. It's the same thing as Washington, but you know, people down in Washington D.C. see this stuff all the time. Freeport don't. A nuclear bomb could land right over, you know, over the hillside there, and everybody would be like, until a shockwave blasted them. Retards.
This is Big E from Cage. You're watching Primal Soup.
Kurt. This is Kurt from Cage.
This is Kurt from Cage. What's up, man?
You're watching Primal Soup.
And you're watching Primal Soup. And we want to rock your face off.
Hell yeah, dude. Kurt, I want you to rock my face off. Dude.
Come to an assumption today, Boo. I mean, I've been thinking this for a while now, but I've definitely come up with an assumption.
What's that?
That we are Primal Soup and we can do what we want.
Pretty much so far.
You know, we've had pimpin', chasing Mary with a chainsaw right down the middle of this town.
Yeah.
We've had you holding signs up in the middle of Freeport.
Oh no, that's just allegedly me. We can't actually reveal who Propaganda Man is.
It isn't. It really isn't him.
It might sound like me. He might have blonde hair, but it ain't me.
But anyway, we've molested a school bus.
Oh, definitely.
And we got away with that. And now we were doing Propaganda Man 2 today, and one cop went past, didn't do nothing. Then the second cop went past and waved to us.
So yeah, pretty much we can do it.
So we are Primal Soup. We can do what we want.
Do it now?
Hell yeah, do it now.
I'm Ricky from Cage, and you're watching Primal Soup.
Yeah. Someone give me a growl, man. I want a growl. Someone give me a growl.
Over there, man. USA!
I didn't mean to cut in. My bad. Enjoy.
So if you're a fan of our stuff, you already know that Casey will eat about fucking anything and enjoy it. Even back in season 3 of Primal Soup, Casey still would eat about anything. So here, let's check this out.
Let's get to this. What are we doing now?
Wait, I'm gonna get my dollar. Dollar.
What? Okay.
You don't get it yet? No.
I get it. Payment first.
No, payment afterwards.
Well, okay.
Payment after services rendered.
So what I gotta render?
You gotta render that big ass scoop your wife's hooking up of salad dressing like nastiness. So
The nurse is off duty.
let's
Ready?
the dollar for that.
Gonna eat an ice cream scoop full of stuff.
You're like, hey,
What?
yeah.
What kind of stuff is that?
Like salad, mayonnaise like salad dressing stuff. You know what it is, everybody. We just don't want to say it.
Also, I just wanted to tell you, I pulled up the jar in the bathroom.
Kelly added some special sauce.
Look, Leanne definitely gives Casey a napkin.
I'm prepared.
She wants me not to get it.
That's not a heaping scoop.
It won't fit.
That's a decent enough scoop for me. Quit moving around, Casey.
Alright. Oh, this is really gross.
But you want the dollar.
Oh, money.
Oh, wait a second.
That's so much. No, I just need some mayonnaise for $1. That's some nasty thing, guys. Don't do this at home.
You ain't done yet. Keep look that clean.
We want to snap it, but silver.
Oh, my arm's numb. I'm getting chest pain.
So aren't you glad it's only half the fat though of mayonnaise?
Should be down now 1 hour later.
What are we watching?
Primal Soup.
So moving on from that, we're moving on to another Propaganda Man, Propaganda Man 2. I'm not going to keep track of these going on throughout the seasons, but Propaganda Man 2.
Warning. You are about to see a social commentary by the corporate guinea pigs. Just remember, we have the right to voice our opinion openly and freely, just like you. We, the corporate guinea pigs, are true patriots exercising our Constitution-given rights.
Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people peacefully to assemble, and to petition the government, or redress grievances.
A lie can never become the truth. A lie can never become the truth. A lie can never become the truth. A lie can never become the truth.
So moving on from that, we're moving on to the first PSN of this season. And since Bird was in Joe, we decided what better way to have PSN start off this season than for Ken Onassis to be in jail as well. So Ken Onassis is in jail, and stereotypical Mexican midget is out reporting about some kind of religious something standing in front of a chapel. Check this out.
You have a collect call from
Ken Onassis
at the Butler County Prison. To accept this call, press 1.
Hi, I'm Ken Onassis reporting live here at Butler County Prison, where I am now an inmate on some bunk charges about some drug lord and conspiracy to overthrow the government. I don't know what that's all about. Don't worry, I'll be fine. My lawyer says I'll be out of here soon. Now we go live to the Mexican midget. He's going to be telling us a story about fat people and all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm not really sure because I'm in here and he's out there, son of a bitch. This is Ken Onassis reporting live from PSN Primal Soup News.
Hey, thanks, Ken. I'm Random Jarvota reporter reporting live once again. I got a little story to tell the Primal Soup fans out there. I was in Freeport at Four Sons. It's a little bar. It's kind of nice. They got pizzas and all kinds of crazy homies. But I was in there the other day trying to have a couple of drinks to myself, pay homage and then go out maybe smoke a couple bowls or something. But, here comes this guy, this freak queer, and his woman, man. They come out of nowhere on me. They come up and said, hey, you're a Mexican midget for Primal Soup. I said, what it's all about, homies? He said, hey, why don't you go with God? You seem like you're on the wrong path, homies. I kicked him in his junk and threw him down the stairs. This old lady pulled out a crucifix, man. Smacked me across my face. I smacked her back, threw her down the steps, and that was okay with me. So all you free religious freaks out there, you're never gonna change anybody's mind, homies. Especially Random Jarvota reporter ain't gonna happen, homies. I believe in my God right here. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks, midget. Well, I'm here conversing with the other inmates and sharing candy bars and talking about women. You out there, wait, I'll be out soon. This is Ken Onassis reporting live from Butler County Jail. Get away from me.
Good God damn. We were like, we're offensive. Notice us, please. We're fucking offensive. But no, nobody fucking noticed us. And still, nobody fucking notices us. So anyway, moving on from that, we're moving on to another music video put together with random video and a random song for one of the bands we had some dealings with back in the day. Check this out.
troubled soul. See it every day, the coldness of this world. Life has its ways of scouring a man. Turn to pray, we had no choice. Praying for reality. Another game we could not win. So we join the cold world scene. In this world, the best place I have People are searching, peace, love, and hope. We'll never find it till all days expire. Now moaning cold, cold complacency, wishing everything was the way that it used to be. Life has its ways of scouring a man.
So moving on from that, we're moving on to a segment which actually should have been in the Season 2 retrospectives, but for somehow I missed it, and I completely forgot about it. It is Fix 'em Up Tips with Casey. Here's part 1.
Hi, I'm Casey, and today you're going to get Fix It Up tips with Primal Soup. We had a little problem the other night. As some of the viewers know, I just got married a couple months ago, and I'm still on my honeymoon, and the other night, well, I broke my bed, and my bride's not too happy about it, and she wants me to fix it right away. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to not use any of these tools at all. I'm going to use this tool right here. Duct tape, man's best friend. And this tool right here, a pair of scissors to cut the duct tape. And this tool right here, a jack, so that I can prop up the bed. This is how we're going to go about doing it. First, I'm going to put the jack underneath the bed frame, crank it up, lock the bed frame against the bed post, and duct tape it around. This should keep it sturdy enough for me and my loved one to enjoy some many memorable nights. Now check out this clip while I get started.
And that is 110% true. Casey and Leanne did break that bed fucking. So anyway, moving on from that, we're moving on to something way more serious. Magical History Tour. We did have a Magical History Tour earlier in this season with Pat, but I couldn't really do anything with it because the music was way copyrighted and there was voiceover and all this stuff, so I couldn't really change the music without completely ruining the whole thing. So we're moving on to this. This is a reenactment of a Civil War amputation. It is fucking gruesome. I mean, this isn't really that gruesome. It's not like, but the real thing's fucking gruesome. So here, let's check out this ongoing series of amputation.
In the Civil War, amputations were probably, anytime somebody got wounded in the limb, amputation was just about necessary. Amputations were done fast and quick, usually with no anesthetic. That's where he got the saying, bite the bullet. They gave him a bullet to bite on. Gave him a little bit of whiskey, bullet to bite on, and that was it. Especially in the Confederate forces, they didn't have the medicines that the Union troops had. What the Confederates did, they stole from the Union forces. So today we have a soldier here who was wounded in battle. You can see his pretty rough leg here. We're going to attempt to do an amputation. Like I said, it's quick. Fastest amputation was done in 4.5 minutes. So, like I said, what they did, they cut the limb off, flapped over the skin. What they did a lot of times, they used maggots to put in there to eat all the maggots will only eat the rotten flesh. They packed that in there, sew it up, and leave them go. There was no other care afterwards. They'd amputate it, bandage, leave them go. Go on to the next person. So, here in a few minutes, we'll see how we go.
So moving on from that dude's fucked up leg to Casey's bed's fucked up leg, let's see how he's doing with fixing that.
Objective 1 completed. I have the bed jacked up. I'm about to put the bedpost again with the bed frame together, and then I'm going to duct tape it. To do that, I want to make sure that the jack is sturdy, and that after I duct tape it together, I want to test out the weight to make sure that it's not going to buckle when I lay down. Check out this clip.
So moving on from that, we're moving on to another ongoing segment. But throughout the years, we always called ourselves more reality than reality TV because we actually showed what was going on in our lives. And during this point in the season, Casey and Leanne's house was flooding. And of course, they had to capture it for Primal Soup. So let's just check out the beginning of the flood.
As you can see, we are flooded. This is where my breaker box is. I don't really want to go in there and touch the breaker box. I think we're just going to stay up top and see what happens. I think it should be alright. If it gets any worse, I'll have to take care of it. I'm not about to turn the neighbor's electricity out. Well, we're evacuated from our house at around 12:30. The water was about up to our calves. And we're not allowed back in our house till tomorrow, I guess. I'm not sure. So we're staying at my grandma's, and hopefully we don't get evacuated from here. We will see.
So moving on to something less depressing, let's check out Casey and his actual final fixing of the bed.
Now I'm wrapping the duct tape around the post. Making sure that it's nice and tight. Then I loop it around the actual frame of the bed. And then back around the post again. I do this in a figure-8 motion until I'm satisfied with the strength of the board. I know this is awfully ghetto, but when you don't have any money and you don't have much time, you gotta do what you gotta do. And the first thing you gotta do is make your wife happy. I think that I'm happy with as much tape as around the board and the bed frame here. I think we got a pretty sturdy fit. Now, I'm going to duct tape the jack to the frame so that the jack doesn't move. Alright, good and sturdy. And that's how duct tape saved my marriage. Now that everything's done, we got the jack duct taped to the bed frame duct taped to the bedpost, and I think we're pretty sturdy. We're going to put the slats in and lay the bed on top, and I'll have the bed again. It'll be great.
So moving on from that, we need to move into something depressing again. Let's check in on that dude getting his leg amputated.
What did he do with the arteries around that? Did they cauterize that or anything?
They just tied them off with some thread, usually some cotton thread. They pull them out. Have a little tool here. Go up in the wound, fish out the artery, hold it, tie them off with some thread, and that was it. Any other questions I can answer or whatever? I guess.
How long did the magazine?
they watched the wound. Their theory was if there was a lot of pus that would develop, that was a good healing. But they found out laterwards it wasn't. But usually for a couple of days they would leave them in there, they'd clean them out, bandage them up again, and fix them up with a stump. Okay?
Back in the day, we actually had some fans. Nobody fucking believed us, but we fucking did. And let's fucking prove it.
I'm David, and you're watching Primal Soup.
Awesome. What made you make the pumpkin, David?
I like the show, so I just decided to carve a pumpkin.
It's very cool. Primal Soup appreciates it. See, Primal Soup does have fans.
Thanks to David, you just saw right there with this pumpkin, gave us an idea for a contest.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. What we come up with, I think it was called the Proof That Primal Soup Has Fans contest. Is that right?
Yeah.
That's right. So we want proof that we have fans. Do something like David and, like, you know, carve a pumpkin or something. It's a little bit late, but, you know, you can still do it. Anything but graffiti or stuff that'll get you in trouble.
Yeah,
Signs.
Don't spray paint any
No
walls.
vandalism.
No vandalism. You can make a poster, you can run around with Primal Soup painted on your stomach, ass, whatever you want to do. But, you know.
Yeah. You know, get a hold of us on our website.
Do anything but spray paint a building.
Or any kind of vandalism.
Yeah, or a billboard or anything.
But yeah, go to the website at the bottom of the screen. Send us some video or some pictures or something. And the winner will get a cool prize. Depending on your age. Because if you're young, you'll get something. And if you're older, over 18, you'll get something even better.
And remember, we don't know if you're a fan unless you contact us or do something crazy. So this is the only way we're going to know. Then you got to do something crazy.
We just want to know if people are watching. Hey, no vandalism.
Get your dick off me.
Oh.
Alright, so it's about time we check back in with Casey and Leanne and the flood. Check this out.
Hi guys, it's Leanne, and me and Casey are flood victims officially now. And we got kicked out of our house at 12:30 last night. Came here to Grandma's house and got a couple hours of sleep and woke up this morning, and now we are trapped at Grandma's house, and this is why.
So back in the day, we had this extremely long fucking website that Smiley set up. You'll see it in this next video. But on that website was the Primal Soup drinking game. And, you know, I don't even fucking remember what the rules were. It's been 1,000 fucking years. But anyway, here's me and Bird talking about the Primal Soup drinking game.
Hey, Bird.
Yes.
Guess what we came up with?
What?
The Primal Soup drinking game.
Really?
Yeah.
And what does that include?
Drinking.
Okay, but with what? And why?
Alcohol. No, it doesn't even have to be alcohol. You can do it with water. It doesn't matter. Or Kool-Aid or any of your favorite soft drinks.
So we're encouraging drinking.
Soft drinks.
With children.
No, soft drinks.
Soft drinks, yes.
Or Kool-Aid or your favorite box O fruit juices.
Right.
But anyway, to see or play our drinking game, you gotta go on our website.
Yes.
And that right now is at the bottom of your screen right now. It's a long one, so we're gonna let it play for a while. So you just keep seeing Bert's ugly face.
Is it touching me?
Yeah, it is, dude.
I can't make it go away.
Anyway, check out the website, man. It's pretty cool. Smiley hooked it up, man. See, he is still part of Primal Soup.
Who is?
Smiley.
Who's Smiley? Oh, right. Yeah, Smiley.
Yeah.
He's still part of the show.
Anyway, go to the website. It's cool.
Yeah.
So now we're going to wrap up the amputation and see the last clip from it here.
Alright. Ready? Here, got a little whiskey over here in the cup. What would you be doing now? Just cleaning up the... here I'm cleaning up the wound and grabbing, see if I can get a hold of your arteries. Pull the arteries up. Tie them off. Cut back some of the excess again. And take the bones off.
Sit my leg tuck.
You ready? Hold them down. Okay, just take it and throw it off in the corner. By that time, with no pain, they're just about ready to pass out. And that's all there was to an amputation. Fast, quick, and a lot of pain.
So I'm sitting there one day and Bird comes over with a fucking tape, right? He's like, dude, I filmed some stuff. We need to edit this together and put it on the show. I'm like, okay, what is it? He's like, I'll just say I had some monkey puppets and we had some fun. And I'm like, okay. So hours and hours of editing later, this next segment was born. And of course, I'm going to have to change the music on it because obviously, you know, copyright. At this time, we were still just taking whatever fucking music we wanted. So it won't even have the sound effects on it or anything. So anyway, let's just get into Bird's fucking vision. So moving on from that, we're moving on to the final clip from the Casey Leanne flood video. This video is the next morning and you get to see some of the devastation and stuff like that. And during this clip, some fucking credits and stuff will roll, but it is not the end of this video. Like always, I will let you know when that is happening. So let's just check this out. So we're now moving on to Halloween time, and the intro for Primal Soup Season 3 Halloween show, and obviously I'm going to have to change the music in this one as well. So anyway, let's just check out the intro for the Halloween episode.
Hi, I'm Bird. This is Boo. This is the Primal Soup Halloween show. You're going to see some pretty cool stuff.
All kinds of freaks and spooks and scares and
all kinds of crazy.
Oh man, we got all kinds of stuff going on here, man.
Yep. And I'll tell you what, this show is gonna be pretty what?
So while we're still in Halloween mode, let's just move straight into a local fire department's haunted house. Hilltop Hose Haunted House. Gonna have to change the music.
What date is today?
Today's October 9th.
October 9th, right? And we have a Halloween show coming up like pretty soon, right?
2 weeks.
Yeah, well, whenever we decide to put it out. But we just started filming stuff for the Halloween show like yesterday. See, we're slackers, dude.
Yeah, we are, but we'll get it done.
See, we have a TV show, and we have a TV show, and we're on air, but we do the least amount of work and trying ever. But we're still pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we don't even have to work at it, and we're cool.
Procrastination TV.
Yeah, that's a new one.
Yeah. Wasting your time 1/2 hour at a time.
Wasting your life 1/2 hour.
Oh yeah, wasting your life 1/2 hour at a time.
You're a guinea pig.
TV.
You're a guinea pig. You should know our damn catchphrases.
I know it. I just forget it sometimes.
But anyway, we're going to what? Hilltop Haunted House.
Hilltop Hose
Haunted House.
Hilltop Hose Haunted House.
Yes.
They have it every year. They do a good job. We're gonna see what they got for us this year.
Yeah, you saw a little bit of it last year on our Halloween episode. If you saw that, just a little bit though.
Yeah, so check it out.
Yeah. So you guys ready for the haunted house?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're always ready.
This looks exciting. This is my first haunted house of the year, so I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, mine too.
Ooh.
Oh no, I wasn't scared too many times. I only screamed maybe once or twice. Okay, so I'm really just kidding. I screamed probably a lot because it was kind of scary. They jumped out at you a lot. I like that.
The chainsaw was cool. All right, we're here with George from Hilltop Hose Fire Hall, and he's gonna answer a couple questions. George, how many years has this been going on?
This is our 5th annual haunted house. It came up as an idea 5 years ago as a fundraiser, which so far has worked out very well for us.
So we're still smack dab in the middle of Halloween time, and Ken Onassis is still in jail, and it's time for another PSN where the stereotypical Mexican midget is in the White House for a press conference, blah blah fucking blah. Check this out.
You have a collect call from
Ken Onassis
at the Butler County Prison. To accept this call, press 1.
Hi, I'm Ken Onassis, and I'm calling live from Butler County Prison. I'm still here on some bunk charges, of course, of some drug lord and sexual harassment and some scheme to take over the government. I've never heard anything so pathetic in my life. Anyway, I'm gonna take you live to the stereotypical Mexican midget. He's in Washington, interviewing our dumbass our president.
Get back here, Prague.
I gotta go now, but we'll be right back. This is Primal Soup, PSN.
Hey, thanks, Jen. I'm here. It's Random Javato reporter reporting live here in Washington, D.C., man. I was doing a press conference with George W. Bush, the President of the United States. Or maybe not so much longer, but anyway, we're sitting there talking, he's sitting there eating all this. All of a sudden, these zombies came out of everywhere. Around there's soldiers with bones and crazy skeletons hanging out. Hold on 1 second. Goddamn sons of bitches. It's okay, Mr. President. You can stop crying like a woman back there. Yeah, I'm sitting there, Ken, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, these bodies came crying, coming up, freaking out. What are you? Yeah! Blew his f***ing eyeball out of his head, Ken. I wish you guys were here. This is great. I don't know, it might be coming to your place or not, but these zombies are getting out of control here, Ken. I'll be right back.
Thanks, midget. Sounds pretty crazy on my end. Hey. Anyway, I'm Ken Onassis, and I'm calling live from Butler County Prison. I have not been anally raped yet, and that is on the record. On the record, that is the case.
You're mine, Craig.
I'm Ken Onassis, and I'm calling live. Hey, I'm calling live from back. I'm really live.
So we're still in the middle of Halloween mode. All of us guinea pigs, we went to another fucking haunted house and filmed, and once again I'm going to have to change the music in this one. Kind of sucks because the music with this one went really, really well with it, but it doesn't matter here. Check this out.
We are on our way to West Deer Nightmare. They're letting us film there, and we're supposed to be there at 8 o'clock, and we're running late as hell.
It's 7:34 right now.
And we're leaving Freeport
right
now.
Freeport, so we'll get there though. I'll get us there on time. It'll be okay.
Famous last words, Chuck.
Well, we're here at West Deer.
And we're waiting for our contact.
If you didn't hear that, we're waiting for our contact.
We're waiting for our contact.
So this is our Halloween episode.
I am super duper scared.
Weirdo.
That's right. I'm just worried about getting a good shot.
It's really, really, really cold out here.
Oh, come on. It ain't really, 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 really cold. It's really, really,
For
really
October,
cold.
it's really, really cold.
Yeah, it is really, really. Dude, it's always cold in Halloween. Every time we try to go out to a Halloween show or anything like that, you know? Anytime it's Halloween, it's cold. Cold as possible.
Shut up, Casey. Nobody asked you.
What's the truth? He's our spokesman. You can't talk to him like that.
I can talk to them whichever way I want.
Alright, I'm here with Sean from, what's the name of the haunted?
The Western Nightmare Scream Park.
And this has been here for how many years, Sean?
This is our 4th year in operation right now.
What are some of the things that you have here now that maybe people that haven't been here yet would really find fun?
Well, right now we have the Western Nightmare Scream Park haunted house. We have the hayride, and we have carnival rides. This is the first year for the carnival rides. The whole everything's $10, and that includes the haunted house, the carnival rides, and the hayride at no additional cost. We also pretty much what we do is we go on the legend of Noah Hobbs. Noah Hobbs used to own this many years ago, so that's what we base it on.
Is there actually some kind of legend for that?
The legend of Noah Hobbs is actually, in 1953, Noah Hobbs owned all this land, and he owned a carnival also. And the thing about Noah Hobbs is he was rumored to be fascinated with waking the dead, and there was rumors that his carnival people were actual zombies. Once bodies started to be reported missing, a manhunt started for Noah Hobbs. With no sign of Hobbs, in 1963, they actually sold off all the land to make way for Bedford Park. And that is where the whole concept of the Western Nightmare, the legend of the Western Nightmare came.
So moving on from that, we're still in Halloween, so we might as well check in on the stereotypical Mexican midget and Ken Onassis and see how things are going with them.
Ken Onassis calling live once again from Butler County Prison. It's pretty here. There are a lot of fat guys, and it's very frightening. But on the other end, it's cool because I can watch TV and converse with the other inmates about intellectual conversations and whatnot. And no, there's never been any drug use in here, and there never will be. Anyway, I'm Ken Onassis, and I'm going to take you back to the stereotypical Mexican midget, where he's being overrun by zombies and homosexuals in Washington, D.C. Midget.
Oh, hey, thanks for interrupting me, Ken, you stupid bastard. Why don't you get your fat ass down here and start helping? Oh, I forgot you're getting pounded in yours in the prison. Oh, great. Holy sh**. Hey, the zombie's eating this cat's head. I don't know. Son of a... I blew his whole face off. He's still chewing on it. This is some crazy here, Ken. We gotta sit here and protect this president of ours. He's acting like a little woman over there crying in the corner.
Thanks, midget. Watch your little ass down there in Washington, and I'll be watching mine here in prison. Anyway, I'm gonna go and play some cards with the inmates. And don't worry, audience, I'll be back live in the studio. This is Ken Onassis reporting for PSN Primal Soup News.
So we needed more footage for the Halloween show, and we were like, fuck, what can we do? I don't know. Let's film a video where I kill Bird. Here's this. And once again, I'm going to have to change the music. Boy, I can't wait till we get to the time where we're not taking movies, music, and shit anymore, because I'm getting sick and tired of changing this fucking music and it not fucking sounding or being right. So anyway, moving on from that. So since we had such a good time throwing George out in the middle of town and throwing fucking fake hair on his fucking chest and face, we said, fuck it, we're doing it again. Werewolf Part 2.
You know, this town would be great if it wasn't for all the goddamn werewolves.
That one big, huge, fat one.
Oh!
Yeah, once again, had to change the music on that one. But anyway, moving on from that, we're moving on to the wrap-up of the Ken Onassis stereotypical Mexican midget White House zombie fiasco. Check this out.
I'm Ken Onassis, and I'm reporting live from Butler County Prison once again. It's very depressing here, and I'm close to suicide, but don't worry, I'll be fine. As long as I get my daily chocolate and pudding sauce, I'm okay. I hope everyone is not worried. I have not been anally raped, and that is a fact. I've reported that once before. I'm gonna take you live to the stereotypical Mexican midget once again, covered in up to his ass and elbows with zombies, talking with the President Bush and his old lady. I'm Ken Onassis, and I'm on mushrooms. I'm on live. Have a nice day. I'm Ken Onassis, live.
So moving on from that, Halloween is over, and we're moving on to the third propaganda man. But during this episode of Primal Soup, we ran all three propaganda men together, and I put this little intro on before it, but I'm just going to run the intro and then the third propaganda man. Check this out.
Hey, bird!
What's going on?
Why are we saying it?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Who's president?
Oh,
Yes.
don't remind me.
I know.
But anyway,
Yep.
half of our crew wanted him in there, the other half didn't. But anyway, the half that didn't is running Propaganda Man, the two old ones that we ran before, and then the all-new third Propaganda Man. That was filmed when that man right there.
I was in prison.
Yeah.
But now I'm out, and Ken's in. Sorry.
Yep, so here's all three Propaganda Men to show our disgust at what's going on today.
So moving on from that, we're moving on to another PSN. Ken is still in jail, but for some reason we decided, you know what, since Ken's in jail, we need to get Boo and turn him into an imposter Ken Onassis for some reason. It's been so long, I don't even remember why, but maybe Bird wasn't around for filming? I honestly have no fucking clue, but anyway, here's this. Most likely fucking offensive as fuck.
Hi, this is Ken Onassis with another edition of PSN, Primal Soup News. I have recently vacated from the Butler County Penal Facility, where I was not, as people think, visited by anyone, if you know what I mean. I am here having a drink and having a great time. And I understand I have a warm, heartfelt hello from Pooba. But first, here's this. Pooba?
Thanks, Ken. I'm glad to hear that the penal system finally released you. But in other words, are you feeling well? Something about your voice sounds different, but at any rate, Ken, it's time to cover the story that I was sent here with. Recently, Iceland's volcanoes have been erupting, and scientists are all fluttering up here with their equipment, taking readings and such, to see what scientific information they can get out of that. I'll tell you what, as everybody remembers, it's quite a change of environment since I was in Iraq. It's pretty quiet up here, and I don't see much, but for some reason I can still hear yelling and screaming and guns going off. But anyway, Ken, back to you. Anderson Poopa reporting here, live in Iceland.
Thanks for that warm welcome there, Pooba. But I can guarantee you that Iceland would be a lot better than Butler County Prison. But now we're back again live on PSN Primal Soup News. And yes, prison has made me a changed man. I have lost a little weight, a little bit around the neck area, but I still love my booze and women, especially the ones that cost a little bit extra. But now we must go to our White House correspondent, Krabby McScabby Crotch. Can you give us an update there, Krabby?
Thanks, Ken. I've learned a couple interesting things here in Washington, such as White House correspondents are also relating to me right this minute that they believe that Ohio and Ohio and Florida are going to have a recount, and it turns out it favors Kerry. The other thing I found out is Hillary Clinton will start her campaigning for her presidential bid in 2008 tomorrow.
Well, who the hell cares about that Hillary Clinton, Krabby? You better come back with some news next time. Meanwhile... Oh, wait a minute. Yes, the extra, yes. No, go ahead, bring it. I'll take it to you. I'll put it in there. Oh, really? Oh, well, we'll just see when you get out of prison. This is Ken Onassis live on PSN Primal Soup News.
Man, so Ben Onassis better watch out. I'm pretty sure Ken's coming for him. So anyway, moving on from that, we're moving on to a Halloween, but not Halloween episode Halloween thing. We went to this yearly party back in the day, Halloween costume party, and guess what? Because we went every year, we said this year, since we're doing Primal Soup, we're fucking filming that shit for Primal Soup, so Halloween Party Part 1.
Hi, I'm Heather. This is our 14th Halloween Bash, 14th annual. It is 2004. Enjoy.
Which one of you would get drunk with the drunken blunder?
On a journey, a long journey for beer.
This is my town. This is Freeport. That's it. That's the whole town. How the hell does a girl get out of a town this small and make it in the world? Whole town, 7 church, 7 bars, and 1 stoplight.
So moving on from that, we're moving on to one of my favorite little fucking in-between things. I don't know why I like it so much, but it's pretty fucking funny. So here, Jiffy the Clown.
Oh, his son here to cheer up a little boy. Where is he? I think Charles is his name. Where's he at? I heard he's sad. We gotta find him and cheer him up. Where are you, Charles? Oh no. Toast is deranged.
I see Boo playing the hoagie like a harmonica back there. Like Al Bundy.
So moving on from that, we're moving into the second and final part of the Halloween party. I don't really have much else to say about it, but here's part 2.
Jesus, do it!
Liam's
already has.
Dude, Liam's always trying to get to see his penis. Say, I'm pissing.
I'm pissing. And no one will see my penis.
I'm waking up at like 11 in the morning, playing by the rules, yo, it's just so boring.
You have a mighty nice fine ass. Leanne, grab his ass. Check. Is that a real ass?
Real. But I still keep it raw. You don't have to respect me, you can love me or hate me, but I ain't gonna change and you
Go ahead, that's my singer's girlfriend. Right there.
Domicile singer's girlfriend.
self-proclaimed asshole. And I am what I am. What I am, and that's all that I am. I am what I am, I'm a hooligan. I am what I am, and that's all that I am.
Hey Fred, I just got done videotaping your sister and your girlfriend. I apologize, I didn't realize.
It's cool, it's cool.
They were dancing pretty good though, I like it.
Yeah, you know, it's all about the alcohol, I guess. So.
You guys sounded pretty good tonight.
Thanks, man.
Did you enjoy yourself? You guys have a good time?
Oh yeah, we had a killer time.
Anything you want to say to the members of the audience of Primal Soup? Listen to Domicile?
Yeah, just rock out the Domicile.
So part 1 of season 3 retrospective is coming to an end, and I'm going to wrap it up with us getting tattoos. Throughout this season, we were all getting tattoos because Casey met this tattoo artist, and then me and Casey got hooked up with him, and then me and Casey hooked up with him, and we ended up working out some deals where we all got our logo tattooed on us for, you know, for putting a commercial and shit on air and all that stuff. So yeah, like that went on all season long. Like every episode for like 5 episodes or 4 episodes, there was a different guinea pig getting a tattoo. So I just slapped together a little compilation for the end of this. The credits are going to roll, and I'll see you in season 3, part 2 retrospective, which if you're watching this is out right now. So I'll see you then.
Cheap and I don't know, live down in the city or whatnot, people do all kinds of crazy stuff to make tattoos. Well, originally I had this. It was carved in with a lot of knives. You can tell like this and stuff how it's scarred and stuff. Then after it healed somewhat, there were big trenches from where the letters were. It took forever to heal and my arm constantly hurt. Went back with the jailhouse, finished this. Some letters kept touching up later on, but that's pretty crappy. But if you go to a real tattoo parlor, you can get something nice done.